also going to discuss subject-verb agreement concepts, and if time permits, then we are also going to do one real SAT passage, writing passage. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, do you have pen and paper with you? Pencil, pen, or something, paraphernalia, so that like you can write down some core grammar testing points of SAT writing.
Yeah. Yes, I will get it now.
Okay, fine. So make note of these important grammar testing points in SAT writing. SAT is interested in testing diction. Diction, write down diction, D-I-C-T-I-O-N. Diction is nothing but word choice. The choice of words, what you use in a sentence, they matter a lot in SAT. So diction is one of the grammar testing points of SAT. Okay, have you written that down?
Yes.
Next important grammar testing point is prepositions. Okay. I want you to just make note of this sentence, and then tell me the parts of speech. Make note of this sentence. Hey, Susan is a lean and naughty girl. Hey, Susan is a lean and naughty girl who plays pranks on people continually. Have you written down this sentence? Hey, Susan is a lean and naughty girl who plays pranks on people continually.
Plays.
I'll repeat once again, hey, Susan is a lean and naughty girl who plays pranks on people continually.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, fine. Now, could you please identify the parts of speech in this sentence?
Okay.
What part of speech is Susan? It's the name of a girl, right? This is the name of a girl. Right? So what part of speech is this? This is a noun. This is a proper noun. Right?
Yes.
Now underline is and place. Is and place. What parts of speech are they?
Verbs.
They are verbs, right? Is auxiliary verb or helper verb, and place is action verb, right? And and what part of speech is this? And is a conjunction, like which joins two nouns or pronouns, right? And then who? What part of speech is that?
Pronoun.
Right, very good. And continually.
Adjective.
No, continually is adverb. What do adverbs do in English language? The job of an adverb is it modifies. It modifies adjectives. It modifies verbs, and it modifies another adverb. They modify themselves. Adverbs. Right? So adverb modify is nothing but describe. Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, and they describe themselves. You can describe an adverb with another adverb. For example, make note of this sentence. John visits supermarket quite often. Quite often. Quite is, very often. Write down very often. Very is adverb, often is adverb. Okay. John runs quickly. Runs is verb and quickly is adverb. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, fine. And then next, lean and naughty. Lean and naughty. What part of speech are they? Lean and naughty.
Adjectives.
Yes, very right. You know, like adjectives, what do they do in English language? Adjectives describe nouns.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Adjectives describes strong boy, beautiful girl, strong. What kind of boy? Strong boy. What kind of
Mm-hmm.
girl? Beautiful girl. Right? So beautiful, strong, lean, naughty. They describe, like nouns actually. Adjectives describe or modify nouns. And now, boy, people, pranks. What are they? Boy, people, pranks.
Nouns. Direct
They are
objects.
common. They are common nouns. Okay, you are very right. They are common nouns. Okay, and next word is on. What is that?
A preposition.
On. Very good. Correct. And hey. Last but not the least is hey. What is that? It's an interjection.
Yeah.
Okay, interjection is a word that expresses sudden feelings. Okay, so it's a girl. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's a girl actually. It's girl, people, pranks. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. Okay. So let's get back to the testing points once again, because hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. So SAT tests diction, word choice, prepositions, subject-verb agreement, and verb tense. Write down verb tense.
Okay.
And SAT also tests parallelism.
Parallelism.
Yeah. And SAT tests modifiers. You just now make note of them. We're going to get to the bottom of all these testing points later. I just want you to get the hang of the core testing points of SAT grammar. And one by one, we are going to discuss in depth. That's later. Okay, you just now make note of them. After parallelism, it is modifiers.
Okay.
And next testing point is noun-pronoun agreement.
Okay.
Okay, and next testing point is punctuation. Punctuation. In punctuation, again, SAT is interested in setting, in testing, like periods, semicolons, colons, parentheses. All those areas I'm going to tell you later. You just write down no punctuation. And then the next important testing point of SAT is sentence fragments.
Okay.
And next testing point is sentence and paragraph order.
Okay.
Okay, sentence and paragraph order. And next testing point is adding, deleting, and revision of information.
Okay.
Adding, deleting, and revision of information. And another most important testing point of SAT writing is interpreting graphs and understanding interpreting graphs. Understanding or interpreting graphs. That's another testing point. And next comes comparisons. Comparisons. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. These are the core grammar testing points of SAT. So what we are going to discuss to the hilt, like, I mean, it's may not be exhaustive, but keeping in mind the SAT syllabus, today I'm going to discuss 2 testing points. One is that diction, a choice of words, like confusing words or homophones, and next is subject verb agreement concepts. And finally, at the fag end of the session, we shall solve one SAT writing passage. That's the agenda of like this SAT demo. Okay, are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Yeah, fine. Diction, prepositions, subject verb agreement, verb tense, parallelism, modifiers, noun pronoun agreement, punctuation, sentence fragments, sentence or paragraph order, adding, deleting, and revision of information, understanding or interpreting graphs, comparisons. Okay, fine. Now let's move on to confusing words or homophones. Okay, you have that with you in front of you? Screen, can you see that? Confusing words. Is that visible?
It's visible.
Yeah, fine. Now let's discuss, like these confusing words. These are the words, the choice of the test maker. He often uses, like he rather misuses them actually, and we need to diagnose that. We got to identify it, and then we need to substitute the misused word with the right word. Okay. Take for example these 2 homophones, accept and accept. What is the meaning of accept? What is the meaning of accept?
To like understand.
Okay, right, that's right. Yeah, absolutely correct. So accepting is receiving something, like you accept some proposal means you endorse it, you take it, you receive it. And what is accept? When you accept this means excluding that. Okay, accept means exclude, and accept means to take or to receive. Okay, now you can write down this sentence. Microsoft offered John a programmer's job and he accepted. This departmental store does not accept credit cards. This department store does not accept credit cards. It means it doesn't allow there, it doesn't take. And then this store is open daily except Sundays. This store is open daily except Sundays. Means excluding Sundays, this store is open all other days. And next word is access and access. What is access? If something is access to you, what is that? It has a couple of meanings. One is opportunity, and next is entrance. Access can be entrance or access can be opportunity. And excess means superfluous, more than required. Right?
Yes.
We have internet access at the library. We have internet access at the library. And they were equipped with an excess of provisions. They were equipped with an excess of provisions. Means they have more than required. And here we have internet access at the library means internet is available to us. It's an opportunity for us to use internet at the library.
Yeah.
And next word is adopt and adapt. What is adopt? Adopt is to legally take on and also to accept. Example,
Yeah.
example, they decided to adopt a child. They decided to adopt a child. And adapt means to change to be more suitable, to acclimatize yourself, to acclimatize or to make something to be more suitable. Example, she has adapted herself to college life quite easily. She has adapted herself to college life quite easily. One more example, the camera has been adapted for underwater use. The camera has been adapted for underwater use. This means it is suitable, even you can use this camera underwater. And next word is advise. Advise and advise. One is, like this advise is a recommendation. ADVICE is a recommendation. And advise, ADVISE, is to give a recommendation. Both are same, but one is verb and one is noun. Okay. For example, like ADVICE, that's noun actually. Make note of this sentence. Take my advice. How to identify a noun? How to identify a noun? Pose question with what. If you ask a question with what, and if you get that word in reply, then that is a noun. For example, take my advice. Take what? What should I take? Advice. That is noun. That's how you need to identify a noun. Okay. Take my advice and sell your old car. And the next word, ADVISE, that is verb. I strongly advise you. I strongly advise you to sell your old car. I strongly advise you to sell your old car. One more example with the advise as verb. We advised them to save their money. Or my doctor advised me to lose some weight. My doctor advised me to lose some weight. This is verb here. And the noun form, you can make note of one more example. He needs advice, or I need advice from an expert. ADVICE, it's noun. So whenever you bump into this word ADVICE, then you should understand that it's a noun actually, and ADVISE is a verb. Because this guy, the SAT test maker, what he does is he misuses these words, these two words, and quite often, like these two words are misused. This is one of the most important points of testing points of SAT, these two words, and this, and also affect and effect, EFFECT and AFFECT. Okay, and the next word is adverse and averse. Adverse conditions, like adverse means unfavorable. Unfavorable or bad. And if I'm averse to something, then I loathe them, I dislike them, I oppose them. AVERSE, averse, oppose or dislike. And adverse means unfavorable or bad. A couple of examples to understand these two words. Here we go. The plant tolerates adverse conditions. The plant tolerates adverse conditions. And Susan is Susan is averse to smoking. Or John seems to be averse to strenuous exercise. John seems to be averse to strenuous exercise. Okay. Yeah. So I believe like these two words. The next set of words are very important. Like affect and effect. One is affect versus effect. Like effect and effect are often confused. Like why? Because they have similar pronunciation and they also mean the same. But again, as we already discussed, advise and advice, one is noun and the other one is a verb. Okay, so AFFECT is verb and EFFECT is noun. Make note of it. AFFECT is affect is verb, and EFFECT is a noun. We use this AFFECT and effect to denote an influence. Example, make note of it. Like the weather affected everyone's mood. The weather affected, AFFECTED, affected everyone's mood. Okay, and then the next example is EFFECT. The new legislation, the weather. Same example. We can have the same example to understand the different function of this EFFECT. The weather had an effect. It had an effect on everyone's mood. Here, EFFECT it's playing the role of a noun here. The weather had an effect on everyone's mood. Means it has an influence. Okay, and the next set of words, afflict and inflict. Afflict means to cause suffering. Afflict means AFFLICT. Afflict means to cause suffering. Inflict, INFLICT. Inflict means to force something harmful. To force something harmful. Afflict is to cause suffering, and inflict is to force something harmful. Example, the South was afflicted by severe drought. The South was afflicted by a severe drought. And these insects are capable of inflicting a painful sting. These insects are capable of inflicting a painful sting. These insects are capable of inflicting a painful sting. Okay, and we have a few more homonyms or confusing words to discuss. But let's move on to the next important testing point of SAT writing, that is subject-verb agreement. I hope you can see the document of exercise 1, subject-verb agreement. Before we solve this, like these two exercises, I believe I need to discuss very core or important rules related to subject-verb agreement. What is subject-verb agreement? Can anybody answer this question? What is subject-verb agreement? Subject-verb agreement is nothing but, like the verb must agree with its subject in number and in person. Okay. For example, here, John drinks 10 glasses of water every day. John is a subject here. John is singular subject. So drinks is verb, singular verb. 10 glasses of water. John drinks. John and Susan drink. Here you have compound subject here, like John and Susan. So compound subject, plural, they are plural in nature, so they demand plural verb, drink. Okay, now on these lines, I'm going to tell you a few very core rules of, hello?
Uncle,
Yeah.
so I am calling you on a phone. So how do I access these documents you are saying?
Yeah, you're calling me on phone? You're not in front of desktop or a laptop? Okay.
No,
One second. One second. Hang on, like 1 second. Just a minute, let me.
I'll get my laptop, but I saw the number, so I called that one.
Then what? Okay, is that Amog? I mean, who's Amog? May I know that person's name and who doesn't have access to this document? Could you please tell me your name, please?
Veda and Tejas.
Okay. Veda and Tejas. Yeah, we're going to send you those documents, but how do they? Now. Will you speak to them? Okay. I believe you can just make note of Veda, like you can just make note of the rules, like on a piece of paper or book, and later you're going to get this document, like at the end of the day, you're going to receive this document, but you can just, like make. Yeah, how many of you are aware of gerunds? Like Gerund, gerund. Heard of gerunds? A gerund is nothing but verbal noun, actually. Any noun which ends with ing form is known as a gerund. Okay, so this is a very important subject-verb agreement rule. If gerunds as subject, if you ever come across gerunds as subjects, then the verb must be singular. Make note of it. Gerunds as subjects, the verb must be singular. Okay, gerunds as subjects, the verb must be singular. You can take this example. Dieting is very popular these days. Dieting is very popular these days. Here, dieting is gerund, underline that, and is verb, is subject, that is gerund, and is verb. Is singular and dieting is gerund. Okay, so gerunds as subjects, the verb must be singular. Now it is, like in tune with the concept or rule. Take one more example. Writing many letters makes me happy. Writing many letters makes me happy. Document. Writing many letters makes me happy. Writing is a gerund and makes me happy. Makes is the verb here. Makes is singular, and writing is gerund, and gerunds accept singular verbs. Okay, so the first rule is gerunds as subjects, the verb must be singular. That's the first rule. The second important rule is one-off usage. We use, New York is one of the largest cities of the world. We use one-off, like if you ever come across one-off usage, one-off indicates a single entity. The verb is singular again. One-off indicates a single entity and the verb is singular. Example, one of the constitutional rights we cherish, one of the constitutional rights we cherish is freedom. One of the constitutional rights we cherish is freedom. Underline one of and is. Okay, and the next important rule of subject-verb agreement is the use of the number of and a number of. make note of a number of and the number of. A number of always takes a plural verb form, and the number of always takes a singular verb form. Okay, a number of always takes a plural verb form, and the number of always takes a singular verb form. Example, you can make note of this example. A number of students in this class. A number of students in this class are hard workers. A number of students in this class are hard workers. Underline a number of and are. And the next example is the number of hardworking students in this class is quite large. The number of hardworking students in this class is quite large. Underline underscore the number of and is. So whenever you come across a number of, always choose, and whenever you come across the number of, always choose singular verb. That's the concept. Okay, and then if you ever come across, like amounts, quantities, units of time, make note of them. Amounts, quantities, units of time, money, and distance. Amounts, I repeat once again, amounts, quantities, units of time, money, and distance. And also subjects like economics, civics, linguistics, politics, the words which end with plural, like they're always plural actually. However, they take singular verbs. Amounts, quantities, units of time, money, and distance, subjects like economics, linguistics, civics, etc., they always take singular verb. Example, where is the $10 I lent you last week? Where is that $10 I lent you last week? Where is that $10 I lent you last week? 50 kilometers is too long a distance to commute daily. 50 kilometers is too long a distance to commute daily. 50 kilometers is too long a distance to commute daily. 15 minutes is allowed to each speaker. 15 minutes is allowed to each speaker. 15 minutes is allowed to each speaker. 15 minutes is. $10 is. Where is? Is and $10. 50 kilometers and is. These are the okay. Okay, and next important grammar point. This is one of the important grammar points. If you ever come across collective nouns, like what are collective nouns? Like collective nouns are their group. Like pack of wolves, pack of dogs. Like pride of lions, team, jury, committee, family, flock. They're all collective nouns. Okay, so if you ever come across collective nouns usually prefer singular verbs. However, they also prefer plural verbs, but usually they prefer singular verbs. Take this example to understand, how they. Because if you consider a collective noun as a single entity, then the verb is singular, And if you consider a collective noun different entities, like divided, if that group is divided, then you're supposed to choose plural verb. Take this example to understand it better. The committee has issued its report. The committee has issued its report. Underline committee and has. It's a collective noun, committee, and it's a single entity here, considered one single unit. That's the reason we used has. And take this example. The committee are divided on one point. The committee are divided. Underline committee and are. Divided on one point. Here committee is no longer considered a single entity. They are polarization, they are divisions in the committee. That's the reason we used are. But usually as a rule, collective nouns prefer singular verbs. And next important grammar point is, as far as subject-verb agreement goes, indefinite and distributive pronouns. If you ever come across indefinite or distributive pronouns, choose singular verbs. Make note of a few indefinite pronouns: anyone, everyone, everybody, anybody, somebody. These are all nobody, none. These are all, like indefinite pronouns. Anyone, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. These are all indefinite pronouns. And also distributive pronouns to illustrate: each, either, neither, many. Each, either, neither, many. They are called distributive pronouns. So if you ever come across distributive pronouns or indefinite pronouns, please choose singular verbs. I'll give you one example to understand this better. Okay, take this example. Everybody who has not purchased a ticket should be in this line. Everybody who has not purchased a ticket, everybody who has not purchased a ticket in this line. Underline everybody and has. And take one more example to understand distributive pronouns. If either of you takes a vacation now, if either of you takes a vacation now, we will not be able to finish the work. If either of you takes a vacation now, if either of you takes a vacation now, we will not be able to finish the work. Underline either and takes. Takes is a singular verb and either is a distributive pronoun. Either of the applicants is suitable. Either of the applicants is suitable. Underline either and is again. Okay, and one more important distributive pronoun is many. Many is quite often used in SAT writing. Many a man does not know his own deeds. Many a man does not know his own deeds. Underline many and does not. Does not is singular verb and many is distributive pronoun. So the bottom line is, if you ever come across indefinite pronouns and distributive pronouns, please choose singular verbs. Okay, and then one more important last concept of subject-verb agreement is proximity error. Make note, this is the choice of SAT writing, like proximity error. Just make note of this proximity error and one example. Supposing I tell you this sentence: the discovery of new lands, dash, vital to the expansion of the British Empire. the discovery of new lands, blank or dash, vital to the expansion of the British Empire. Okay. So here, like you have discovery of new lands. What is the real subject here? Is the real subject new lands or the discovery? Here, like on which verb we're supposed to use in dislike. Dislike. Yeah. Okay. You want me to type it? Yeah, avers. The meaning of the word avers is opposing. Like you oppose, or you loathe, or you dislike. Okay. And this particular sentence, the discovery of new lands. Here, if I give you two verbs, was, were, which one we're going to pick up? So in order to pick up the right verb, we need to know the real subject here, because you have new lands here. That's proximate to the verb, whichever we're going to write here. But that's deception. Like it's going to trick us. Actually, it's not. New lands is not the real subject here. The real subject is the discovery. So discovery is singular, right? So here the right verb supposed to be was, not were. Okay, so discovery of new lands was vital to the expansion of the British Empire. I'm going to give you one more important sentence here. There is a young man and an older woman at the bus stop. There is a young man and an older woman at the bus stop. Here, the sentence is erroneous because we have two persons here. One young man and an older woman. It's a compound subject. So compound subjects take plural verbs, right? So here the verb supposed to be are. There are a young man and an older woman at the bus stop. So this is one of the most oft repeated errors of subject-verb agreement in SAT writing. Okay. Now keeping these core rules in mind, I want you to now go to the first document on exercise 1, and here you have an example which is done for you, and then based on that example, like you can solve questions 1 to 5 first. Look at the example. Everyone in the telecom focus group has and have experienced problems with cell phones. Right. So everyone, and I just told you, like everyone takes, like singular verb. So the right answer here is everyone in the telecom focus group has experienced problems with the cell phones. Now the first 2 5 questions, I want you to involve and choose the appropriate verbs, and also underline the subjects. Okay. Can't I minimize this? Can I minimize this? Minimize. Do they have their documents? Okay, fine. Is it visible to them? No, they can't. They should not. Just print out. I want this print out. Yeah. We're done almost. We're done. Yeah. Sir, don't I need to? Sir. They should see that, no? They should see this document. Should be visible to them. Hi there. Are you through with 1 to 5 questions?
Hello?
Well, what's your answer to the first question, actually? What is the appropriate verb and what is the subject? You got to underline the subject and then the verb. Your friendship over the years and your support have meant a great deal to us. What is the subject here in this particular sentence? And which is the appropriate verb? This is, yeah, go ahead. May I know who this is?
This is Veda.
Okay, yeah, tell me. Yeah, friendship, that's right.
Is the
What is
subject.
the, okay, what is the verb?
Can you please
Which
repeat
verb?
the sentence one more time?
Sorry?
Can you please repeat the sentence one more time?
Okay, your friendship over the years and your support. Your friendship over the years and your support has or have meant a great deal to us.
Has.
Come again?
Has, H-A-S, has.
No, I'm afraid that's not the right answer. The right answer is have, because it's friendship is not the only subject, it's a compound subject. Friendship plus support. Your friendship over the years and your support have a great deal to us. Compound subjects take plural verbs. And the next sentence, Hamilton Family Center, a shelter for teenage runaways in San Francisco, offers a wide variety of services.
Offers.
Hamilton, what is the subject here?
Hamilton Family Center.
Absolutely correct. That's a singular subject. It's not centers. It's not plural. The subject is singular, right? So the right verb is offers, singular. Very good. Who is this? Amog?
Yeah, it's a mug.
Good. Yeah, good, Amog. You're right. Absolutely correct. And the third question, the main source of income for Trinidad. The main source of income for Trinidad is our oil and pitch. What is the subject and what is the appropriate verb?
Can you please repeat the sentence one more time?
Yeah, the sentence is the main source of income for Trinidad, Trinidad. Trinidad is the name of a country. No, that's not correct. That's the subject is source here, source of income. Source is the main subject. The answer is the main source of income for Trinidad oil and pitch. Okay, the main source. Source is the subject here. So it is singular and the verb supposed to be singular. The chances of your being promoted are excellent. What is the subject and what is the appropriate verb? That's the correct. That's the subject. Correct. Ashwin, right, you're right. That's the appropriate subject. Now choose the is chances, plural or singular.
Hello?
Sorry, guys. Yeah. And here, chances is the right subject, and the appropriate verb is are. The chances of you being promoted are. Absolutely correct, Ashwin. And the next sentence, there were a Pokemon card stuck to the refrigerator. What is the subject and what is the appropriate verb?
Subject is Pokemon card.
Correct. Is that singular or plural?
Singular. So it's
Then
was.
what's supposed to be your verb? Right. That's right. Correct. And next, sixth sentence, neither the professor nor his assistants were able to solve the mystery of the eerie glow in the laboratory. So what is the subject here? You have, this is correlative conjunction. I forgot to tell you the concept here. If you ever come across neither nor, either or, the verb goes with the nearest subject. Make note of it.
Professor.
The verb agrees with the nearest subject. Which is the nearest subject, professor or assistants? Which is the nearest subject? Assistants. Is it plural or singular?
Plural.
Then your verb's supposed to be plural. So if you ever come across correlative conjunctions, either or, neither nor, make note of that. The verb agrees with the nearest subject. That's the concept. Okay, so the right answer is neither the professor nor his assistants were able to solve the mystery of the eerie glow in the laboratory. And the next question, many hours at the driving range have led us to design golf balls with GPS locators in them. What is the subject and what is the appropriate verb? And the subject here is hours, many hours, it's plural, and the verb supposed to be have. So it's many hours of the driving range have led us to design golf balls with GPS locations in them. And the next sentence, discovered in the soil of our city garden were a button dating from the Civil War, dating from the turn of the century. So here, what is the real subject? You have multiple subjects here. You know, what is the real subject and what is the verb here?
Button.
Absolutely correct. Button is the subject, but since it's not buttons, it's button, then singular, the verb's supposed to be singular. Discovered in the soil of our garden. What was discovered? If anybody asks, you're going to say the button, right? So a button, it's not buttons. Then the verb is singular, was. Is it Amog or Ashwin? Okay. And ninth sentence, every year during the Midsummer Festival, the smoke of village bonfires fill the sky. Every year during the midsummer of what is the verb here and what is the subject?
Subject is village bonfires.
No, it's smoke. It's not bonfires, which it's a smoke of village bonfires. Smoke is the subject. Okay.
Okay.
And what's supposed to be the verb then?
Fill.
All right. And the story performers. were surrounded by children and adults, eager to see magical tales. What is the subject and what is the appropriate verb?
Story performers is the subject.
Yeah, absolutely correct. And is it plural subject or singular?
Plural.
Then what's supposed to be the verb?
Were.
Correct. Good, sure. Okay. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for being with me. Before I wind up, like I want you to like shoot some questions. So there will be a 5-minute Q&A. You can ask me. Feel free to ask me anything you want to ask. I'll try to answer them. Amog, Ashwin, Veda.
I don't have any
Akshay.
questions.
You don't have any questions. Okay, fine. They don't have any questions, I think. Huh? What question is that?
Thank you. I'm gonna
Thank you.
end now.
Thank you very
Bye.
much for being with me. Bye. Take care of yourself. Have a nice Sunday.
Yeah,
Thank
Srinivas.
you.
Thank you.
Hello, Srinivas.
Hello, Andy. Yeah.
Yeah,
May,
most